guys are ready, we'll get started. Just in a comfortable seated position, whatever that means to you. So I like to prop up my hips with a blanket or pillow because I find that to be more comfortable when my hips are over my knees, but whatever is best for you. If you'd like to close your eyes, you can do that now. Oh, hey Scott. I can see you. You're muted, I can't hear you, but I can see you. Perfect. So just finding a comfortable seat. If you'd like to close your eyes, you can do that, or just keep a soft gaze. Take a second here just to check in with your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your belly. See if you can sit up nice and tall. Feel the crown of the head elongate out of the spine, gaining length from the base of the spine all the way to the top. Maybe softening the shoulders or relaxing the eyebrows, the jaw. We tend to hold a lot of tension in those areas throughout our day without even realizing it. So just give yourself a quick little body scan to see if there's any areas that you can release tension.
I don't know if there's spots that have tension, but half the time when you say relax something, then I'm like, oh hey, there's tension.
Yeah, so starting to become aware, totally. I'm a psychic, I can read your body. Just kidding. Yeah, so we'll do a little different of a breathing technique today. I've been using this one a little bit in my life recently, so I wanted to share it with you guys. It's called 4-7-8. So you'll inhale for a count of 4, hold your breath at the top for a count of 7, and then you'll exhale for a count of 8. If at any point that becomes strained or doesn't feel doable, don't stress about it, just do what's best for you, letting your breath kind of guide you. And you might notice that in order to do that, you have to time your breath a little bit differently. So the first one, you can kind of let that be practice and maybe realize, what I've noticed when I'll do it is I have to let my exhale be a whole lot slower. You have to intentionally have a slow exhale. So I can lead you. We'll start by inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep breathing like this. Inhaling for 4. Count in your own head. Hold your breath without strain for 7. And exhale slowly and completely for a count of 8. Let's do a few more breaths like that. Slowly and intentionally. 2 more full rounds. After your second round is complete, you can drop the breathing technique and just allow the breath to come to you naturally, taking your time to get there. Noticing that the breath always does come back to you, whether you are putting intention into it or not. I think the cool thing about the breath is it's always there guiding us, whether we realize it or not. I had several experiences recently where I've been very aware of this sense of being guided. And so I think in the yoga mats, we can see guiding through our breath and through listening to our bodies. I also feel very guided and connected when in nature. And with the full moon, we're just going through a full moon here right now. The full moon was 2 days ago, and I was driving back from California, and the moon was right above us the whole entire drive. And so we were very aware of the fact that it felt like it was guiding us forward. And then I realized that I was about to be out of gas and had 40 miles till the closest gas station. So I just kind of surrendered it. There was absolutely nothing I could do. And I did not run out of gas is the end, the moral of that story. So it just felt like this sense of kind of being guided forward, and if I just trust, then however it's supposed to happen, turnout is going to happen anyways. So same way in our yoga mat, when we connect with our breath, when we listen to our body and trust, the best possible outcome for the given scenario is going to happen. So please join your hands at heart center. I'll start class today with 1 full round of Om. Feel free to join in or just listen. Om is the 3 unique sounds Ah, O, and When they blend all together, they make one even more beautiful, harmonious sound, Om. So feel free to take a deep breath in. Feel the vibration of the chant. Move 3. And then when you're ready, you can softly blink open the eyes, choosing to take in just what's right in front of you in this present moment. And allow your hands to relax down on the thighs. And then interlace the fingers in front of you. Let the thumbs come to touch. Flip the palms forward so they're facing in front of you. And as you inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, round through the back and bring the arms down. So like you're curving the back. So the back is pushing away from you and the arms are coming closer towards the ground. The inhale, you'll pull your chest forward, lift your arms up overhead. And the exhale, do the same thing where you draw the arms down, push the back away. Keep going with your breath. Each inhale rocks you forward. Your chest comes up. Your arms come above your head, biceps by the ears. Exhale, rock back on the sit bones. Draw the back as if you were pushing your back away behind you. And then keep moving through those 2 movements with the breath. Allow your breath to be your guide. At any time in practice, if you notice you have lost that connection with the breath, just take inventory of that, become aware, and see if you can gently start moving with your breath again. So no matter what we do in yoga practice, the goal is to be connected with the breath. So what your body does might look different than what my body does, but as long as you're connected with your breath, moving with your breath with intention, then you're practicing yoga. Honoring your body. The next time you find your hands above your head, please leave them there. And then draw your ribs back, lift your chest up, soften your shoulders, bring your arms towards straight. And then notice if you need to soften your shoulders again. Keep pushing up through the palms of the hands. Take a deep breath in here, and as you breathe out, twist the body over towards the left side. So that your torso's twisting, you're getting length in that right side body. So from your right hip, out your right fingers, spread through the ribs. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, turn back to center. Relax your shoulders again. Inhale, stay here, find length in the tips of your fingers. Exhale, twist over to the other side, torso turns to the right. Getting length in the left side body from that left hip crease, out the left hand, spread your left side body, ribs with air. Deep breath in, exhale, turn back to center. Soften the shoulders, let the arms release down. Arms can come to the legs, and then just notice here for a second the sensations that arise in the body, in the arms. So it might seem like a simple movement, having the hands above the head can make you a lot more grateful to have the arms back in just a normal position. So notice that. And then take your left hand over to your right knee. Your right hand comes back behind you for a gentle twist here. So as you breathe in, see if you can find length from the tailbone out the top of the head. As you breathe out, see if you can twist, look over your back shoulder. So this can be really nice for the low back.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but could you turn your camera on? It'd be a little easier to follow.
Oh, is the camera not working? Can you not see me?
I think it's on. No.
Scott, can you see?
Huh. It's just my phone.
Huh. No, you can't see? Let me try to troubleshoot here. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. How is that? You can't see still? You can't see either, Scott.
Just has your face.
Okay.
Photo.
Really weird. On my screen, I can see it. You can see it now, Scott? Yeah, you can see it, Scott, yeah? But you can't see it, Matt?
Yeah.
And it's still just my face.
Yeah, it's just your photo.
Weird. Let me try. Huh. Let me try one more time.
Okay, I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Scott, I can hear you. You can see me?
Okay, now I can see you.
You can?
Your map.
Okay. How weird. I don't even think I did anything. That's super weird. Okay, thank you for letting me know though. Okay, so this is working, you're seeing me? Okay, technology, man. Okay, this works for both of you, you can see right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, yeah, no, definitely a lot easier with a visual. Okay, so left hand to right knee. Let me know if anything happens again. Right hand comes back behind you. Yeah. Inhale, find length from your tailbone out the top of your head. Exhale, twist your body. See if you can look over the shoulder behind you. Each inhale, see if you can find a little bit more length. Each exhale, see if you can find a little bit more twist. Let your breath kind of guide the movement. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly turn, come back to center. Untwist the body. Now take your right hand over to your left knee. Other hand comes behind you. So left hand behind you. Find length as you inhale, sit up tall through the spine. And as you exhale, twist, look over the shoulder behind you. Each inhale, see if you can find a little bit more length. Each exhale, see if you can find a little bit more twist. So just a fraction of a movement with each half of breath. Even if there's not much more room to twist, just that energetic sensation of the twist. Creating space in your body. One more breath in, and then slowly untwist, coming back to center. And then take a second here to roll out the shoulders, take them forwards, take them backwards. Just notice anything your body's calling you to do. Sometimes moving the neck can be really nice. And then when you're ready, just walk your hands forward in front of you, and then allow your head just to relax down. Fold forward towards the ground, just soften here. You can either stay up on your hands, or if you want to relax your forearms towards the ground, that can be nice too. If the head comes near the ground, you can see if it can rest on the ground, or just let the neck hang towards the ground, whatever's comfortable and accessible in your body. Breathe in, slowly walk the hands back towards the legs, take your torso back upright. And then come to a hands and knees position, tabletop. If you've got any props, you can move them out of the way. And then rest, hands and knees. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Index fingers facing forward. So that might take rotating your hands out a little bit so that the index fingers can be forward. And then the feet, see if you can line them up directly behind your knees. Sometimes they splay in or out. Take time to just set up this foundation. And then the feet are flat instead of the toes being curled. Yeah, really good. Perfect. And so then on an inhale, you'll lift the chest, look up, take your tailbone nice and high. So see this slight curve in my low back, lumbar spine, looking up. As you exhale, take your chin to your chest, round your back, drop the tailbone, push up through the back as if something was on your back and you're pushing it away from you. And then let the inhale move you forward again. Chest rises, look up, tailbone rises. For cow pose, exhale, chin to chest, round your back, side body stretch, cat pose. Keep moving back and forth here, letting your breath be your guide. Each inhale lets you come forward. Each exhale rounds you back. So let your breath come about a millisecond before the movement. The breath always kind of just starting everything. No matter what my words say, I'll let my words be a guide to keep you safe in your body externally, but ultimately your breath is your ultimate guide. So if at any point you notice the breath start to become strained or hard to find, then let that be an indication to your body to change something. One more here. Inhale and exhale. And then come back to just a neutral spine. Fingers are still spreading wide. And then take your right arm in front of you, pressing down with the left hand into the mat. The right arm comes long in front of you, biceps by the ear. Perfect. See if you can draw that right arm back, so the shoulder blade's actually moving back. Feel the long line of energy coming from that shoulder out the fingertips. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Keep pushing into that left index finger, left thumb. Either stay right here and focus on this balance, or see if you can lift your left leg back behind you off of the ground so that the left leg is towards parallel with the earth. Notice if this creates a little bit more movement, a little bit of dance in the body as you're working on the balance. Focus on your core here. Drawing your navel in and up helps with balance, strength, stability, confidence. Flex your left foot, flexing the ankle, so the toes are pointing down towards the ground, helps with a long line of energy. So feel that energy moving from the left foot all the way out the right fingertips. Strengthen your core. Deep breath in here. Either stay like this, keep practicing balance, or bend your left knee so that your left foot is facing up towards the ceiling. You can hold there, or take your right arm long beside the body and maybe reach back towards your left foot. Maybe you come near it, maybe you do not, and just keep reaching. If you can, grab your left foot and kick the left foot into the hand. Pull the hand back to the foot in order to open your heart, lift the chest up. Breathe. One more breath here. Breath out. And then slowly and with control, instead of just flinging, see if you can take your arms, the limbs long, again the way you came, and then back towards the ground. So coming out of the pose is just as much part of yoga. Nice. So now we'll try the other side. Take the left arm long in front of you, bicep by the ear, spreading the fingers nice and wide so you can feel that long energy, and then plug the left arm into that left shoulder, pulling the left shoulder back. Your right hand is your foundation here, so really ground that right index finger and right thumb into the earth. Feel that push down. Connect with the core, the breath, and either stay here focusing on the balance like this, or see if you can lift the right leg back behind you towards parallel with the earth. That right hip tends to kind of creep up as we do that. See if both hips can be level, so that might mean drawing the right hip down a little. Flex your right foot so that the toes are facing down towards the ground. Feel a long line of energy from the right foot out the left fingertips. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Strengthen your core. Pull the belly in and up. Either stay like this or bend the right knee. Maybe you reach your left arm alongside the body, reaching the left hand back towards the right foot. Maybe it comes near the right foot, maybe it does not. If your left hand can grab the right foot, then kick the foot into the hand, pull the hand back into the foot in order to lift the foot higher. Maybe a little quad stretch, lift the chest, the hearts. Breathe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then slowly, with control, take both limbs long again, and then back towards the earth. And then come to child's pose, knees come wide, feet come together. Take your seat back towards your heels. Lower the forehead to the earth. Connect that space between the eyebrows, also called the third eye, with the ground. There's also the vagus nerve under there. And it's really great for calming the body, helping the body move into more of this rest and digest, getting out of the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, into the parasympathetic nervous system. So breathing here still. As you slow your breath, calm the body, because doing balance work can be a little bit of strain. Just notice your breath, filling with air and deflating with air, as the breath likes to do. One more breath here. And then walk your hands to the left side of the mat, maybe even coming off of the mat. So this is going to give you a big stretch in your right side body. So come over as much as possible to the left. Even if the torso kind of rests on that left knee a little bit. And then breathe from the right hip crease all the way out to the right fingertips, moving through the right side body, the ribs, spread with air. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, right shoulder softens, relaxing a little bit more. As you inhale, see if you can find a little bit more length. Maybe walk the hands a little bit more over to the left side. As you exhale, soften that right hip. And then slowly walk the hands back through center and pause here in the middle in this child's pose. And notice if you see any difference from one side versus the other, any space that you've created by your breath. And then walk your hands over to the right side, coming off of the mat, getting a stretch in that left side body. Breathing in from the left hip crease all the way out the left fingertips. Spread your ribs with air. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, soften. See if the forehead can still stay connected with the ground. Maybe walk your hands over a little bit more to the right. Create a little bit more space in that left side body as you inhale, opening the ribs. Exhale, soften the shoulder. And then walk the hands back through center, child's pose again. Pause here. And notice just what you notice. This child's pose maybe feels a little bit different than one you've done before, or maybe not. Then walk the hands underneath the shoulders, push back up to a tabletop position. Take the knees back underneath the hips, feet coming straight back behind you. Curl your toes under. And then take your hands, one hand print forward. Still spreading the fingers wide, still having the index fingers either pointing forward or maybe even turned out just a little bit. Push down with the index fingers on both hands. Lift the knees about an inch off the ground and pause here. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Notice the slight curve made in the low back. See if you can maintain that as you lift your hips up and back, bringing your legs towards straight for downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Legs do not need to be straight. It can be a big, big stretch in the hamstring, so just notice that. For the first down dog, I like to just kind of breathe into any sensations that come up. So maybe bending into the left knee, straightening into the right, and notice that stretch on the right hamstring. Send your breath there. And then you can go to the other side by bending into the right knee, straightening through the left. Go back and forth at your own pace. If you find more tension on one side or the other, you can spend a little bit more time there. come back to center. And lift the right leg up so that it's back behind you. Right leg can come about parallel with the earth. Again, flexing the right foot so the toes face down towards the ground. Bend your right knee. Take your right foot over to the left side so that you're getting an opening in that right hip. So right foot reaching towards the left side of the mat. You can circle the right knee in one direction or the other. This can always be done from hands and knees as well. And then right leg can come back parallel with the earth. Right leg on the ground. Lift the left leg back behind you. Parallel with the ground, left toes pointing down towards the ground. Bend the left knee. So left foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. And then take the left foot over towards the right side. Yep, big stretch in that left hip there. You can circle out the left knee one direction or the other. Notice any tension that shows up and feel free to spend more time there, using your breath to create space. We hold a lot of tension and stress in the body, so we spend time noticing where that's building up and creating space. We have less issues overall, both in the body and the mind. And then take the left leg back parallel. Left leg comes to the ground. And then slowly walk the hands back to meet the feet and fold forward. Here in this forward fold, keep a slight bend in the knees, enough to maintain connection with the low ribs and upper thighs. So that might need a large bend as well. Let your thighs be like a tabletop for the legs, or tabletop for your ribs, sorry. And let your head hang down. See if you can actually let the neck just completely release to gravity. We hold the head up all day using those neck muscles, so sometimes it can be a little awkward to actually just let the neck release, but give it a break. And then take the hands behind the low back, interlace your fingers, starting right at that sacrum, that low back spot, and then walk your hands up to about mid-back. Bring the elbows closer together. They're not really going to move, but feel that energetic feeling, and then lift the arms up and back, overhead. So you're getting this big stretch in your shoulders. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. One more breath, spreading the space between the shoulders. As you breathe out, slowly unhook the fingers. Let the hands come down towards the ground. And then take the seat back, almost as if you were sitting in a chair. Lower the butt so that it's about in line with the knees. You're at a 90-degree angle here. And then bring the biceps up by the ears. Lift the torso, the chest. For Uttanasana pose, fierce pose, as if you're sitting in a chair. Nice. Maybe bend the knees a little bit more. Maybe lift the chest a little higher. Reaching up with the fingertips, but softening in the shoulders, softening in the eyebrows. One more breath here. And breath out. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hand come to your hearts. Close your eyes for a moment. Noticing what you notice. This energy that is you. Notice if the body, the breath feels any different now than when we started. The work that you put in, the movement with the breath. And then gently blink open the eyes and come to the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in and lift your hands up overhead. Look up, reaching up for Urdhva Hastasana. Upward salute. As you exhale, fold forward, bending at the knees like you did before. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. So hands can come to shins and take a flat back, looking just a few inches in front of your feet so that your neck is nice and long, looking towards the ground. Yeah, perfect, Scott. That looks good. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, fold back forward, letting the head hang again. Walk your hands all the way forward towards the front of the mat, coming into plank pose. So you might need to take a little long stance here, spreading the fingers wide. The knees can always be on the ground to support the body too, just as long as the torso is long. Deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly lower towards the ground by bending through your elbows. See if you can keep your elbows hugging in towards your ribs as you slowly lower all the way to the ground. Take your feet long behind you, so like lengthen out the legs. Hands can come right beside your ribs, elbows still hugging into the side body. And as you breathe in, lift the torso up. Look up for cobra pose. Opening up with the heart, drawing the elbows close into the body. You can either keep the elbows bent for cobra, or if you want to straighten the arms, come into upward facing dog to do that by straightening the arms, pushing the tops of the feet into the ground, lifting the legs. So if the arms are straight, I suggest lifting the legs off the ground too, and then it's less weight on the low back. Deep breath in here. And if you're in cobra, you can lower down first, and everyone push back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Nice. Take 3 deep breaths here, filling your belly up with air, but releasing all the air. Bottom of that final exhale, look between the hands, step the right leg forward. So the right leg comes in between the hands. It might take a few steps to get there, and that's okay. And then fully ground the back foot. So the left foot is coming flat. Shimmy the right foot over a little bit so that the right heel bisects the back inner arch. So we're setting up for side angle pose. We'll start by coming up into warrior. So cartwheel your hands up so that you're lifting your torso up. Warrior 2, bending into the right knee. Arms are coming long beside the body, shoulders soften. Bend deeply into the right knee, but check so that you can see your right toes. If you can't see your right toes, that's your body's indication just to take a little bit longer of a stance. Ground the back outer edge, so the back of the left foot, and lift the right arch. Shoulders soften. Reach out to the right fingertips, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Take the left hand up overhead. So right forearm can either stay pressing into that right thigh, or right hand can come to the ground inside the right foot. And give yourself permission, if you don't like one option, to go back and try the one you liked better. I personally always enjoy the right forearm on the right thigh better because I think I have a little bit shorter arms, so just noticing what's better for your body. A block can also help here too, or a book or something like that to put your hands onto. Take your left hand to your left hip and then look in front of your right foot. Shimmy the left foot forward just a little bit. And then bring your right hand, we're going to set up for a balance pose, diagonal of your right pinky toe, so to the right diagonal. See if you can be light on your right fingertips. So instead of collapsing heavy into your right hand, see if you can just have barely any pressure on those right fingertips, strengthening, so lifting up from the palm. You can come up onto your back toes, continue to bend into your right knee. Either stay here, just focusing on putting most of the weight on that right foot and getting light on the back toes, or maybe using the core, the belly coming in and up, maybe getting light on the left toe and maybe just practicing lifting the left foot and lowering. If that is accessible, you can also scooch back so you can see me better. Just lift the left leg all the way off the ground. Open the torso up to the left. This is half moon pose. So Scott, bring your right hand. Yeah, that looks good. If it's not easy that way, you can bring your right hand a little bit further forward too. Maybe about a foot in front of the right foot. Yeah. Find where it's best for you. And then flex the left foot. Yeah, feel that long line of energy. Left hand can either stay on the left hip or left hand can come up overhead. Find a spot on the ground to focus your gaze, focus your breath. Nice. And then bring the left foot back to the ground. Take the left hand to the ground. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Always listening to our breath, and if it becomes strained, changing something. The bottom of your third exhale, look between the hands and step your left foot forward. Between your hands. Fully ground the back foot on the earth. Shimmy your left foot over so that the left heel bisects the back inner arch. I'm going to turn around on my mat just so you can see me this direction. Bend deeply into that left knee so the knee is over the ankle, and then cartwheel the hands up, lift the torso. So you're coming into warrior 2 pose. Arms are reaching out long beside you. Hips are facing towards the long edge of the mat. Look at your left foot. See if you can see your left toes. If you're not, take a little bit longer of a stance. Continue to bend deeply into the left knee. Deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, take the left forearm to the left thigh. Reach the right hand up overhead. For side angle pose, Parsvottanasana. Left forearm can either stay on that left thigh or left hand can come towards the earth. You can go light on the fingertips, maybe put your hand on a block or a book, or maybe come back to the first position. Open up through that right side body. You might feel stretch near that right hip or through the chest. Your gaze can be ahead or maybe looking up at the right fingertips. Continue to bend into the left knee. Deep breath in here. And then bring the right hand to the right hip. Take your gaze towards the left foot. Bring your left hand diagonal the left pinky toe. So about a foot forward and a foot over to the left, or the position that's most comfortable for you. Shimmy the right foot forward, coming up onto that right toes. Put pressure in that left foot, either just focusing on moving all the pressure to that left foot, or playing with your balance by tapping the right foot back behind you. Maybe you lift the right leg all the way up off the earth, open the torso up to the right. Your right hand can stay on your right hip, or right hand overhead. If the balance isn't quite there, that's okay. Balance actually comes from a Latin word, bailar, meaning to dance. So noticing how your body might dance with the pose, the breath might dance with the pose. So allow yourself to meet you wherever you're at. You can flex the right toes, feel how that might change the pose. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the right foot back to the earth, right hand to the ground, step the left foot back to meet the right for a brief downward facing dog, and then bring the knees to the earth, knees together, feet together for a child's pose in a different form. Your hands can either stay long in front of you, or you can play with taking your hands back behind you. Notice what feels best for you. Breathe here. Slowing down the breath. And when you're ready, just shimmy forward all the way onto your belly. Take your hands back long beside you. I like to do this thing where I kind of kick my right foot back so I get a little bit more length in that right side, and then kick my left leg back so I get a little more length in the hips there. And then bend both knees so that the feet are facing up towards the ceiling. So we're gonna lift the chest here, just a little bit off the ground, and then take your hands back towards your feet. Either you can reach your feet or you cannot. Just figure out if you can or can't. Either is okay. If you have the feet, kick the feet into the hand into the feet, and lift the chest up. If you're just reaching towards the feet, keep reaching the hands back towards the feet. Lift the feet. Maybe lift the upper thighs, or the lower thighs start with first, and if you can lift the upper thighs, do that too. Lift the chest more. Open the heart. Draw the shoulders back. Breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. See if you can do one more. Maybe lift your chest a little bit higher. Really good. And as you breathe out slowly with control, come all the way down. Rest the left cheek on the earth. Relax. Let yourself completely relax. Notice how good it feels to just be resting on the ground. Feel your breath move against the earth. And then bring the head back to center. And reach the hands out long in front of you this time. So we'll lift here again, starting with the arms, lift them off the ground, lift the chest, maybe lift the feet, lift the shins, the knees, maybe the lower thighs, maybe even upper thighs. So kind of like a Superman position. Maybe you lift the chest a little bit more. Maybe the high ribs, the low ribs lift. See if you can lift everything but the hips. Maybe a little higher. Keep reaching the feet back. Keep lifting, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly relax back to the ground, resting the opposite cheek, the right cheek on the earth. Let yourself rest. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then roll over onto your backs. You guys are frozen on my screen. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, roll over onto the back.